check. Check, check. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Alright.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going. I'm loading up a stream.
Sounds good. This is Giants Falcons.
Is he even loaded? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, his thing's up.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so minimum. Oh, wait a second. So.
Oh, God, he's so handsome.
Alright, so I'm definitely streaming.
I lied a little bit ago.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, yeet. Let's go. Be ready. We ready.
Stream
To ball.
at Giants Falcons with
Falcons.
commentary from me and CMS. Right.
Capital C, capital M. You son of a bitch.
I disrespected you, I'm sorry. We're off to an awful start.
I'm out.
I need to find the soundboard that y'all have, because that's incredible.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't even, like, touched yet. Like, there's, like, you can, like, record things and then, like, play it back. And, like, so, like, I could... Like, you're saying fumble like that? If I had, like, hold down the button to record it, I could play it whenever I want.
Just blast fumble in my
So
ears every
basically,
time.
I'd blast fumble every time I saw it on my stream.
That's incredible.
And I need to take more advantage of it. Anyways. This is your world, I'm just living in it.
The problem is now I'm in an apartment with pretty thin walls, so like me yelling fumble was a 10 out of 10. I need to be at like an 8 out of 10 from now on.
Bro.
I can't just scream every time something happens.
Bro, I will wake up my child.
Okay. I'll get thrown out of this complex and then what?
And then there'll be a place for you in South Carolina. Heard Atlanta's hiring. Supposed to stream? Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Let me double check your stream, make sure the volumes are good.
Sounds good.
Go.
I don't hear shit.
Looks like Cody still has his mic on, so that'll be...
Yeah, it's normal.
Or maybe not.
I don't hear us in your stream at all.
You don't hear us?
No. Well, here's Cody. Oh, wait, I'm clicked the wrong one. Hold on.
No, I hear us. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
I was going to say, I definitely hear us.
Okay, we're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a crucial NFC showdown between the Atlanta Falcons and New York Giants. I am joined by, from Gridiron Throne, CMAS. How's it going?
What's going on, baby? I'm just ready to and watch this toxic matchup we got here.
Possibly the most toxic matchup in Better League history right here. We have one of the most atrocious uniform combinations I've ever seen by the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know what I'm even looking at right now.
I honestly was about to say I like it, so that kind of throws me off a little bit.
Okay. Well, once again, we're off to a bad start. So as Cody takes the field for the first time here, I don't even know if you've played Ben before, but if you're Cody, how do you approach this game against the high-powered Atlanta Falcons?
Ooh, I've played Ben in Better League and multiple times in Gridiron Throne League, and he is a very base-heavy driven defense, so you need to make sure that you need to spread him out, which Cody's going to try to attempt it.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing that right now. Trips to the left, obviously. Sam Darnold, one of the lethal. Oh, as we get a spin move here, and Gallup might be loose early. That is Peppers on the run here. I'm so used to him using Wayne Gallup. 1st and 10 on the 40. A good start there for the New York Giants. And yeah, you're right. I mean, it's definitely going to be important for the Giants to spread this Falcons team out. It's not, obviously the front seven is laden with enforcers, but the secondary can get a little suspect. So as we see a deep shot here early, and we got the swerves going, incomplete here. And yeah, I think it's exactly as you were saying. Spread them out, attack the secondary, which is definitely the weakness of this Falcons team, and Cody should be good.
Yeah, I mean, this team has plenty of firepower all over on every single level, but the secondary seems to be the weak point, even though it's got 3 superstars and an X Factor. Who would have thought?
Which just shows you how lethal this Falcons defense is in all capacities. But yeah, I mean, Ben, very, very upfront about the fact that he's trying to get as many enforcers in there as possible. As we see another nice run here by Peppers, and Peppers nearly breaks loose again. A gain of 15 there, and Peppers off to a very good start here early. We've seen 2 inside zones, and it's been pretty easy here so far for Cody in the running game.
Yeah, and I expect a heavy dose of the run game because it's such a high-powered offense at Atlanta that he's going to go ahead and try to run the ball and keep the time possession. For
sure. Yeah, you definitely do not want to let Ben keep the field any longer than normal, as we see an early sack here, and that is Robinson there with the sack. A loss of 12 on the play there. Bad field position break here early for Cody, and I think he just ran the exact same passing play as he ran last time. Didn't work the first time, and there it ends in a sack. 2nd 22 at the 43 as he motions Durham to the left. So many new names since new names on this Giants offense since his last.
B on a crosser.
Look for B on a crosser. Okay, we've got an early Romo-esque prediction. As he may be right here, as he does in fact go to B, and B is wide open, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Sam Darnold's first completion. Gain of 23 and a first down. CMAS proving prophetic early.
Yes, I've watched a lot of Cody streams, and I know that's a big thing on 3rd down for him. I would look for him to look deep here as well.
Like an early deep shot here is the corner on the right, kind of going back and forth, not really knowing what coverage he's supposed to be in. As Darnold drops back, only a 3-man rush. A little surprised by that, and he goes up the seams. Ooh, and nearly a contested catch there. Ends up falling incomplete, and that'll be 2nd and 10 on the 34.
His tight end's been a big part of his offense lately. I've been watching a few of his streams, and he's been really looking for the tight end, so I'd look for him to have another big game in this game against the Falcons.
Yeah, Cody's definitely a user. He'll go to his dump offs when they're open. His tight ends, although that seam route wasn't really a dump off, but he'll go to his tight end, he'll go to his running back when needed. He's not afraid to just call a more conservative passing game if that's what the situation demands. But right now, it looks like we're going to see Nash with his first carry, and Nash has a hole. And once again, this running game is coming in clutch here for Cody. Another big gain. Needed 3 runs, 3 chunk plays. Gain of 24 there for the backup Nash.
Big run, like I said, man. He's going to be looking for that run game today. Nash, who has plenty of starting experience now. He's getting a lot of snaps when Peppers was out. So now he has 2 capable running backs.
Very good stuff there. As we see Pone Jones is online. That interesting stuff there from Cody. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 1st and 10 here at the 10 as we see Cody with a pretty, I won't say easy drive so far, but it's looked pretty good for him so far. Ooh, as he misses the call route and Sam Darnold rolls out, and he'll end up being forced to throw that away. Good on Cody, not trying to force it into double coverage. Throw it away, live to see another day, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you said it. Smart move by Cody, smart user. I mean, he might have missed the curl right there, but, I mean, once that reads over, the pass rush is coming in, go ahead and throw the ball away, live for another down.
As we see potential mesh concept here, or he may have audible to okay, it looks like he has audible to dive here. 2nd and 10. I mean, effectively 2nd and goal here at the 10-yard line as Peppers nearly gets through him. That is a fumble! And the Giants pick it back up. An early break here for Cody's offense, as it looked like that would have been a sure recovery by the Falcons. But regardless, the Giants hang on, and that makes it 3rd and 4.
Great awareness by 61, because whenever you see a fumble, you don't think the linemen aren't really looking around for the ball. So it was a great awareness by 61 to pick it up. Lucky break for Cody.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. It looked like 2 or 3 Falcons about to converge on the ball here as we see another 4-man rusher. I haven't really seen a blitz yet. Quarter route. Oh, I'm surprised that number 25 didn't jump that, but regardless, that falls incomplete. He did not get both feet in bounds, or even 1 foot in bounds for that matter, and he will take his 3. Interesting drive there from Cody. It looked pretty easy early, especially in the running game, but obviously a break in terms of recovering that fumble, and then Cody forced to settle for 3.
Yeah, big win for Ben on that drive to let Cody kind of walk all over the field, run his way down with Nash and with Peppers. Then to hold him 3 points, he kind of got away with one on the fumble, kind of go with another one that could have potentially been intercepted, but overall, solid job by Ben after giving up those big runs to keep him to 3 points.
For sure, and it'll be interesting to see, with how easy that running game was, especially in those gun formations. He pretty much exclusively ran inside zones. I'll be interested to see if Ben stacks the box a little bit more in the second drive. But regardless, we see the high-powered Atlanta Falcons offense take the field. And after this play, keep in mind, I'll ask you what Ben's offensive approach should be here. But for now, Super Bowl champion Cam Newton takes the field for the first time all game as we get a halfback dive, cuts to the left, unable to get much going there. I'll charitably say a gain of 1 there, but Bradley with his first stop there, or his first rush, excuse me. But what do you think Ben needs to do here in order to move the ball on Cody?
I really think Atlanta, because Cody's really good at stacking the box against running teams, but Ben isn't really known for a running user, but he has to put the threat in. He has to make it, he has to run the ball or make it think he is. So he's got to spread them out. I would hit a lot of inside zones, a lot of outside zones, but in shotgun with 4 wide receiver sets, 3 wide receiver sets, spread out this Giants defense.
It was Cam Newton with an early risky read there. It looked like he had the QB spy in the right position, just didn't jump, and you can see Cody a little disappointed there as Cam Newton and the Atlanta Falcons come out in no huddle for the first time today. Obviously, Newton's first attempted pass there, a little bit risky, but it ends up in a gain of 11 and first down as we have an inside zone here. Once again, locked up pretty nicely there by the left end. Bradley with his second rush of the game, just like the first one, goes for a gain of 0.
Solid job there by Cody to stop that run on that one. You're going to see a lot of hurry up coming from this Ben Tennant offense, because when he sees something he likes, he's going to go ahead and hurry up the ball. He's not afraid of fatigue. He's not afraid of injuries.
Yeah, he's sure not. Definitely one of the more high-tempo offenses here. Cam Newton once again uses that escape artist, and he will slide down for a gain of 14 and first down. And kind of, not off topic as it relates to what we just saw, but that is something I would like to see in Madden 21, and that's something I actually mentioned in the podcast before. The one we did is I think players should be able to lose their X-Factor and Superstar abilities as they age. Like Cam Newton, with his age, should not still have escape artists, for example. Like, that just shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely something they could look into. They've done it in the past where somebody who hasn't lived up to snub towards the end of the season, they start degrading their, not abilities, but their development. And so I'm not sure why that changed, because I thought that was pretty reasonable. Jalen Ramsey has 3 back-to-back, crappy years. He should be able to go ahead and take a down to star or something.
As a stretch there by Bradley goes for a loss of 5, the Falcons continuing to be unable to get anything going in the running game. And yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I think they've got the general regression system like it's fine. I have no major complaints with it. But yeah, now that they've added, and it looks like they're going to expand on abilities in Madden 21, yeah, I definitely need to see players be able to lose their abilities as it progresses. We have a short out here, quick tackle there by Adams, and that goes for a gain of 5, and we have our first third down here for the Atlanta Falcons.
And I expect Cody to go pressure here from his corners. Usually he likes to go ahead and blitz on these long third and longs with the corners on the outside, especially if Ben goes an empty set. He might change his mind, and then look for Ben to look for a quick out or a quick to his running back.
It looks like that's what we'll get here, although he actually ended up, I think, audibling his blitzers into middle zones here as we get an early read to a vicious hit there. It wasn't going for the first down regardless, but an early stop here by Cody's New York Giants defense. And Ben perhaps will have to think about things a little bit here, especially with how impotent his running game has looked early.
Yeah, I mean, like we said at the beginning, he's not much of a run user. He's definitely more of a pass user, but he definitely has a good running option in his quarterback. We talked about it. So use the escape artist. He did do it one time, and he got that first down. I expect him to use that more in the future.
As we get a punt return there going for around 11 yards, and for the second time today, Sam Darnold and company will take the field. Obviously, the first drive for Cody looked pretty easy until he got to the red zone, and then a perhaps fortunate recovered fumble ended up leading to a field goal here as Bradley once again takes stage and ends up able to shed one tackle. That looked like it was going to get stopped at the line, but Pepper's able to shed a tackle there, ends up going for gain of 8, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, short second down, you're probably going to expect to see him go for a play action deep shot here, or just a deep shot in general, because this is the time to do it with second and short. I expect Cody to try something deep here.
And that'll be intentional grounding. I do not believe he got out of the pocket, and that'll make it a much less manageable 3rd and 13 here for Sam Darnold. The first real unforced error, I'd say, there by Cody's New York Giants. As we have Cody's real first 3rd and long of the game here. It'll be interesting to see, not quite at a Dan level of being able to conjure up these, 3rd and long, 3rd down conversions, but Cody, a lethal passing user in his own right, and we'll see what he draws up here. 3-man rush as he goes up the middle, and it is intercepted by the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm getting a little bit of, I'm actually going to reload because it's a little stuttery for me here, but regardless, a big momentum play there by the Atlanta Falcons with the interception.
Yeah, I mean, big play there by Ben to go ahead and get that interception there. He absolutely needs to get points in this drive. Usually when he's in the red zone, he likes to look for corner routes or post routes in the end zone, in the back of the end zone. So we'll see if it happens.
And as soon as I come back, Atlanta comes up with their first touchdown, a beautiful, I'd say, short post route in the middle of the field there, able to get both feet down, and that makes it what's likely to be 7-3. A nice one-play touchdown there by this Atlanta Falcons offense.
I'll take it. And you put Cody in a 3rd and long situation. If it's not a crosser that's fairly wide open, he usually seems to struggle in a 3rd and long situation. So you saw him throw the interception. Great job by this Atlanta defense, and then go ahead and score on the very next play. The Stephon Diggs from Cam Newton. I mean, great job by Atlanta because it seemed like the momentum was switching over to New York, and now it seems to be on Atlanta's side.
It 100% did, yeah. But, especially with Ben, these momentum swings can happen so quickly, and there it did. Early interception and touchdown on 2 consecutive plays comes up there, and Wilcox with a very nice kick return there, ends up taking it to the 34-yard line, and that is where, once again, Sam Darnold and company will take the field. We saw on that last play, perhaps the first, I'd say, forced by Cody on a passing read, ended up in an interception, and we will see what they do here to start their 3rd drive of the game. It looks like we have a mesh concept here with obviously halfback wheel. We'll see where he ends up going, as he does end up going to that mesh. That is a drag route to Brooks, get 4.
And solid passing play there. I expect him to get back to the run, though, because that's what he's going to be really successful with against this Falcons defense. So I expect him to go back to that run soon.
Yeah, I think it will, especially with how Daly looked in the first drive, and it looks like that is exactly what we'll get here. It was kind of bumps into his left tackle there. Unfortunate, because it looked like a hole was developing to the outside, but regardless, Peppers with a very disappointing, I'd say, gain of 3 there, and that makes it 3rd and 3 at the 41.
I mean, 3rd and 3 is where you want to be if you're Cody, because honestly, like I've talked about before, being in a 3rd and long situation is not what he's good at. So 3rd and short is definitely a good situation for Cody.
And up out of here, it looks like we'll get that halfback angle concept. Oh, it looks like Ben knew exactly what was coming. It looked like he just kind of misplayed that with his user, went a bit too deep with that middle linebacker, and that is a first down there for Cody's defense, or Cody's offense, I should say. Once again, a little shaky there, but if you're Cody, you'll take it. First 10 at the 42, and this will be the last play of the first quarter. As we have another mesh concept as Sam Darnold goes to the corner route. A beautiful read there. Oh, his gout steps out of bounds. Looked like he could have had a touchdown there, and yeah, you can see the regret on Cody's face there in the bottom right. Could have had a touchdown, but regardless, a nice read there as he takes it all the way to the 15.
Great job on the previous play to go ahead and click on real quick and get that guy in front of the defender to get that, and then a great job going for the crossing route, which is another Cody special to go ahead and get set up for a potential touchdown here shortly.
I would watch that corner once again. I don't know, it looks like the middle linebacker plays it there. He does end up going to the corner, and that is a touchdown for the New York Giants as Cody pounds his chest like the alpha male he knows he is, and that'll be 10-7 there. Durham with a beautiful contested catch. A nice drive there for the Giants. A little shaky, maybe not the best read there early, but you'll take the touchdown if you're the Giants, and that makes it 10-7 here in New York.
Absolutely. I mean, this Falcons defense isn't something to hide their scheme. I mean, for the most part, you're going to see a lot of cover 4, you're going to see a lot of cover 2, you're going to see a lot of cover 3. he's not usually mixing it up a whole lot. I mean, he plays between those three coverages each time. So as long as you make your good reads, you're going to be successful. But the problem is that they have so many superstars that they're going to be fairly successful even if you make the right read.
For sure, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not the worst strategy if you're Ben, just play a sort of bend but don't break style and just let your superstars feast. But there, obviously, the New York Giants come up with their first touchdown of the game, and now Atlanta will be forced to take the field here as we see a dive, and this is the first big hole here for the Falcons, and that goes all the way to the 38, gain of 17 there. The first big run here. I mean, the first productive run in any capacity for the Atlanta Falcons.
Great run there for Atlanta on the first down to go ahead and get it set up. You want to get a little bit of field position here, especially after that touchdown from the Giants.
For sure, yeah, and perhaps that'll give Ben a bit more confidence here to go a bit more run-heavy in future plays. Cam Newton once again points to the sky. I'd love to see maybe a couple more audible animations here that they give Cam Newton. Regardless, first and 10 here at 38 as we have a three-man rush. The right end gets through quickly, and Cam Newton is forced to throw it away. Second and 10 to the 38.
Yeah, I mean, he points to the right and points a little bit to the left, so they mix it up a little bit. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's weird that he's the only one that seems to kind of have those audibles, personalized audibles. But on this second and long, look for Ben to do some sort of passing play, maybe an out route, his kind of specials.
Yeah, he may very well, and especially with that off coverage to the left side, I think that's exactly what we're going to see here to the left side.
Could be a bait, though.
Yeah, second 10 here. He does go to the out route, and that is an interception. An awful throw by Cam Newton, has to be said, because it looked like he was open, but just overshot it there. And Haley with his first pick of the day. First 10 here at the 46 for the New York Giants.
Yeah, he'll definitely take that. I mean, honestly, it was a good read as far as that's where he should have gone. He should have done the out route, but the execution wasn't great. But a great job by 34 who read it and was just waiting there. Haley making the big play, the superstar corner.
Sam Darnold and Michael Gallup both have their X factors lit up as we have a deep post route here into double coverage. Ends up falling incomplete there. Looked like he had the read early, but regardless, unable to come down with it. And yeah, Michael Gallup does have that Most ability activated, and we know how OP that is. So we can expect.
Go ahead,
sir.
I like the idea of going deep, but only not necessarily double coverage. The throw could have been a little bit better, but I don't like the chances.
For sure, yeah. And this is second and 10 at the 46 here as Cody motions Durham to the right here, making once again a litany of adjustments. Looks like he'll have a lot of crossers on this play. Very nice blitz pickup there by the running backs, and Sam Darnold will be forced to throw it away, third and 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's really big on these crossers, obviously, in this game. A lot of deep posts, a lot of different crosses, drags. And, I mean, that's what gets open against a defense like this. So if you've got a lot of special guys that are superstar abilities, crossing routes for those kind of delayed passes is going to work, but it also opens up for the pass rush.
It 100% will, yeah. And so far, the Giants' offensive line doing a pretty good job of neutralizing this Falcons pass rush. Obviously, we'll see as this continues. Only a three-man rush here by Ben. That's been a general strategy from Ben on these third downs is Darnold drops way back and ends up being forced to throw it away. A solid 20-yard drop there by Darnold, and yeah, you're not going to get many timing routes going when you drop that far back, and that is a three and out for the Giants.
Yeah, I would consider Ben to be a high cover 4 user when we talk about cover 2 and cover 3, but mostly cover 4, which is a lot of three-man rushes. And he's got 3 superstars there. And you have that opportunity where you have those 3-man rushes a lot of times with superstar abilities that are going to be able to get home. So when you have the ability to do that rush 3 and still be able to get pressure or a coverage sack from all those guys dropping back, so it's kind of a tough defense to stop.
Yeah, another team that can rush 3 and get pressure consistently are the Cleveland Browns. I've felt that out. I've figured that out personally multiple times here as we have an inside zone, and that breaks big. A launch hit stick there, unable to land as Bradley goes for a gain of 12 there and a first down.
Yeah, nice little wiggle there to avoid the hit stick because it looked like he was getting lined up perfectly, but 34 able to go ahead and slide just a little bit to the left, able to avoid it and get that first down there.
Those minute adjustments separating the good runners from the elite ones as Bradley instantaneously proving me wrong there, runs into his own blocking wide receiver, gets stuck at the line of scrimmage for the third time today, second and 10 to the 15.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're not blocking receiver, you just need to get the hell out of the way. So, I mean, 34 might have had a chance there. Dorsett didn't do a great job blocking. Good man blitz call there on first down to go ahead and stop the run.
Yeah, really good stuff there from Cody. It looked like Bradley may have had a brief hold there for a second, but it didn't end up working out. As we'd see, 3-man rush, and everyone gets home, and we have a deep shot here as he comes down with a contested 37-yard catch. A beautiful catch there by the receiver. That's just all star ability right there, and that is a first down at the 48 by Godwin.
Chris Godwin, former Penn State Lion, able to go ahead and pull that one in one-on-one coverage. One of the most underrated in real life, underrated receivers. Probably going to break out this year again because he had a great season last year, but back to the better league, he's definitely one of the better ones still.
100%, yeah, just one of the many weapons that the Atlanta Falcons could call on, and that is excellent user work there by Cody. Ben faked his cut to the inside, ended up going to the outside. Cody was not fooled, and that is Crowder there with the user tackle, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, fantastic user stick skills, as you just mentioned right there. That's really tough to do because you want to commit to a lane, and you end up, a lot of users will go ahead and commit to that first inside lane. He breaks it outside, and then you're out of luck. But great job by Cody to be very disciplined.
Yeah, Cody doing a really good job there, showing why he's one of the elite users. As Cam Newton takes off immediately, I think that was a pre-read there by Cam Newton. It did not look like he was going to throw that ball in any capacity. 1st and 10 here at the 38. But it was a surprising spot, but regardless, first down. That is Cam Newton's 2nd run of the game here. Interesting. Yeah, I think Cody might be looking at that spot too. Interesting, I'd say, offensive strategy here by Ben. With the exception of that one Chris Godwin deep shot that we just saw, it's been a pretty conservative passing game from Atlanta, definitely to a greater extent than we're used to. But regardless, I think Ben's generally approaching things the right way here, as we see a halfback dive and he hits the hole perfectly, and Bradley tries to juke one man, unable to do so, gain a 9.
And now it's another great run by Bradley, who I continue to expect to get the ball here. But in this situation, 2nd and 2, another chance you have an opportunity to go for a deep shot or mix it up a little bit, maybe with like a read option or maybe like an RPO setup. So I expect to see something like that from this Atlanta team.
We saw Chase use the read option to great effect in last week's game of the week against Dan. Obviously, Dan's first loss of the season. As we see a read option right here, once again, CMAS just pulling out his inner Tony Romo here, gain of 16 and a first down.
I've played Ben quite a few times, so I kind of know somewhat what to expect. But yeah, great job to use the read option, like I said there, because you don't think, because again, Cam Newton, he's a mobile quarterback, but you lull somebody into a lot of runs, you forget that the quarterback can run, so a lot of times the read option can catch him. I can bet you Cody changes to conservative at some point, though.
Another halfback dive here by Bradley, trips on his own man's feet, but is able to fall forward for a gain of 7. And yeah, I mean, this Atlanta Falcons rushing game, after a slow start, after their first 3 rushes of the game, either got stopped at the line or went for a loss of yardage. Bradley continuing to feast here as we have a 2nd and 3 at the 6. Atlanta's first real red zone opportunity of the game. As we have a fullback dive, and that is wide open. Touchdown Falcons. A very nice drive there for the Falcons to respond.
Yeah, I don't think Cody expected that, because that's something that in this Madden, a fullback dive is not something that's called a lot because it's such a delayed handoff. But it was a great call because that middle of the defense just was wide open. I think he's looking for an outside run, and then great call, got him to the touchdown, taking back the momentum in this game.
It sure was, yeah. Able to bait Cody's user into covering what he thought would be a halfback zone concept. Ends up taking it to the right side with the fullback dive, and very nice drive there by Ben. Absolutely his best drive of the game. But now the New York Giants take the field once again. I wouldn't say it's been shaky from Cody necessarily, but he has taken a couple of perhaps unnecessary risks. We saw that one play that perhaps should have been an interception. But regardless, not an awful day by Cody from any stretch. It's very nice user work there by Ben of his own as Peppers gets stopped at the line.
I mean, he needs to. So Ben knows that to be successful for Cody, he has to win on 1st and 2nd down. He has to get yardage. So right now, Ben, I think, is really going to stack the box like you just saw. And he really focuses on going to stop the run. So let's see if Cody's going to be able to counteract that. He should be doing some RPOs and stuff, but let's see if he does it.
Once again, only 3-man rush. Ooh, tough animation there because that was a possession catch. He should have just fell down, but gets decleated, and that is 3rd and 10. Cody once again forced into an uncomfortable 3rd and long position. And this Falcons defense, once again, only sending 3-4 men, but you see those blocks shed starting to come. It looks like the Giants offensive line not holding up so well here as Sam Darnold forced to make an early read here, 3rd and 10. Once again, only a 3-man rush from the Falcons. We have a crossing route. Ooh, nearly batted down, but that is a 12-yard gain at a first down there. Peppers with his first, I believe, completion of the day. First down, Giants.
Great catch by the running back there out of the backfield. A was more wide open. It was a wide receiver, so it was kind of risky, but is able to go ahead and pull it in. So nonetheless, a good play to get him a first down.
Did a nice job there. 4-man rush, and 2 Falcons get home instantaneously, and that is a sack by McKinley. 2nd and 20 here at the 27. And yeah, that Giants O-line after such a strong start not holding up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, tough to do play action against a team that has this many superstars on the offensive line. I know it's tempting. You really want to catch them, but honestly, it's just not worth it.
For sure, 2nd and 20 here, the 27 is Sam Darnold once again making a litany of adjustments. All of this is window dressing for an inside zone, and that is a big hole up the middle. It looks like the second level able to shut that down pretty quickly. That is a gain of 9. Yeah, I suppose a gain of 10, and we will have a 3rd and 10 here once again at the 38.
Great job to get a chunk yardage play there. To go ahead and use that that second down to make it a more third and manageable. Look for maybe, I would expect Slayton or Brooks on those crossing the posts. Yet
another 3-man rush, and that is Slayton there with the catch. Another beautiful read there, and it looks like Ben willing to give up those crossing routes. We've seen Cody hit that concept a couple times now. It's been working. We'll see, I guess, how I shouldn't say repetitive, but we'll see how much Cody leans on those concepts moving forward. 1st and 10 here as we have hit the 2-minute warning, and Sam Darnold once again making a litany of adjustments. It looks like we only have another 3-man rush here by the Atlanta Falcons. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more man blitzes, but hey, I guess when those 3-man rushes are getting home, no reason not to, as we have, a 5-man rush here as he goes to the corner route. Dangerous read there. Pass interference animation, but it goes uncalled, and that is 2nd and 10.
Yeah, awkward animation there. Definitely, I didn't see the pass interference. It definitely had a feel of that animation, but I didn't really see it.
Yeah.
Overall, good job, though, for Atlanta to go ahead and hold him there, but I think that should have been caught.
I tend to agree. As we have the first RPO of the game here for the Giants, and Peppers tries to fight off 2 men, unable to do so. That is a gain of 6, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, good run play again to make it a 3rd and manageable here. So this is where Cody usually shines, is in these mid 3rd downs, anything 5 or less. He's usually really successful. Look for a tight end or running back out of the backfield or Slayton. That's kind of his guys that he goes to on this situation.
I'd watch Gallup here, especially if that strong safety doesn't drop back here. You see very, very tight pressure there by the opposing secondary as Sam Darnold drops back, and he will go up the seams, and that is a drop there on the seam route by, I believe that was Peppers, and that'll force a 4th and 4 here, and it looks like Cody will take his 3 to make it a potential 1-point ball game.
Yeah, a little too much faith in the running back. He made a big catch on the drive earlier, but you don't expect to get that twice out of your running back. He's good out of the backfield, but he's not great out of the backfield. His tight end was open, but he'd already made a decision at that point. So I don't necessarily hate it, but you get your 3 points and you go ahead and move forward.
As the field goal goes through, they're making it a 1-point game. Obviously, Atlanta, still has another drive here, but who would you, of the 2 users, who would you say you're generally more impressed by here so far? Obviously, Ben up by 1. They've both had their share of. They've both taken their opportunities, and they've both had a couple of, I guess, suspect moments offensively. But who would you say generally is playing the better game so far?
So far, I like the game plan of Atlanta better. Just because I see Cody, he's made a few mistakes, and he's had a little bit more go his way, minus that kind of DPI setup. But he's had that fumble that he capped, and he had that interception that probably should have happened in the end zone. And he had a little bit of a break on that interception on the out route to Diggs that Haley had gotten. So I think Ben has been playing a better game.
As Newton goes no huddle here after the 4-yard rush, as he drops back, ends up going to the drag route. Little surprised he didn't try to get out of bounds there, tried to juke upfield, and Atlanta will be forced to spend their first time out here, first 10 to 39, with 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not necessarily a heads-up play there by Deshaun Diggs. He knew he had 3 timeouts, so he figured he'd probably try to make a play and get a few extra yards. Don't necessarily hate it, but I'd probably prefer him to go out of bounds.
Yeah, 100%. I guess he probably just wanted to catch Cody by surprise, but it didn't work, and Atlanta forced to spend their first time out of the game here. 1st and 10 at the 39. Newton once again making a litany of adjustments. Trips to the left, and I believe that is Stephon Diggs to the right there for this Atlanta Falcons offense. Is Cam Newton drops back, 4-man rush. The right end gets home immediately, and that is a sack. I believe the first sack of the game here by the New York Giants. 2nd and 19, and he'll go no huddle, burning about 10 seconds of clock. I probably would have just taken a timeout there after the sack. As Cam Newton once again drops back, 4-man rush, and once again they get home as he goes through the corner route, and I believe able to get out of bounds. Oh no, unable to go out of bounds, and that's 3rd and 1, I believe, or excuse me, 3rd and inches here in midfield.
Yeah, he's doing these hurry-ups. The clock just tick, 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 tick. He's going to run out of time here. Right now it's 3rd and inches on the 8-yard line. He might be able to get a few extra yards. He's got 1 timeout left, so I'd probably try to run play and try to get a few yards here and then hope for the best.
As this will be a run play here, an inside zone to Bradley. Gets decleated, but able to hang on to the ball. And with that 8-mile-an-hour wind, I expect Atlanta to both take and make this field goal. They have the wind to their back, so a smart play there by Ben, as he once again making the call there for the inside run.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take this field. This is going to be a tough field goal.
he has the win, so I expect him to make it. As that goes through, and with that, we approach halftime, ladies and gentlemen. It's 17-13, Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, one of the preeminent rivalries in the Better League that really popped off a couple seasons ago when Cody did everything short of calling Ben just a waste of air and oxygen. But here we are. It is 17-13, and as the Falcons take the field here, what do you think Cody needs to do, I should say, to get back in this game from an offensive standpoint, because it's gotten a little rough here?
Cody needs to win on first down because the situations that he keeps putting himself in the third longs is when he really struggles. He needs to win on first down, and Ben is playing the run right now. So you really need to go ahead and set yourself up with either passing short passes on first down or RPOs on first down just to throw him off a little bit. You got to win first down.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Ben adapts to the very crosser-heavy, I guess, offensive scheme that the Giants have ran. As Cody's had the spy set there, but it didn't really matter as Cam Newton able to slide forward for a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
I expect to use that more often. Like I said earlier, you're not going to run the ball too well against this Giants defense, but when your quarterback is able to have an escape artist and have that kind of ability, you got to use it. So 1-2 read, get out, run.
100%. As we see another 4-man rush here is a very nice, I believe that was an angle route there by Austin Safarian-Jenkins. Very nice read there by Cam Newton, and that is a first down of the 46.
Yeah, Safarian-Jenkins has been kind of a bust in real life coming out of Washington.
Yep.
Had a great college career, but hasn't really turned into an NFL career, but he's having a good game so far. That's a big catch there for Atlanta.
I'm very surprised he's an NFL bust because he had all the physical tools coming out of college, but so far unable to put it together here as we see a stretch play, and Bradley able to juke one man, gets decleated once again, but no fumble. Bradley hanging on to it here despite multiple big hits, and that is 2nd and inches at the 45.
Yeah, I didn't hear Cody because I don't have the sound on, but I saw him mouth fumble, and I definitely thought he should have expected one there, but if you don't have an enforcer, you're probably not getting it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the 3rd or 4th big hit that Cody's had. Nothing doing there, and Bradley goes right up the gut for a gain of 3 and a first down.
Yeah, I like the call there. I mean, on inches play, you can definitely look for a play action or probably try to look over the top there, but he played it safe and got the first down. I like it. Yeah,
smart stuff there. Not every second is short needs to be a shot play. It's
it does.
So it's definitely the right time to call for it. But yeah, sometimes you just want to move the chains, and that is what the Atlanta Falcons did there. 1st and 10 at the 42. We have a gun-induced close concept. Excuse me. Sometimes I just can't talk.
Struggling right now.
Yeah. Once again, you get to the 3rd, 4th quarter. I tend to choke. 2nd and 4 here, the 37.
Nah. Doing a fantastic job. Yeah, good job first down. Go ahead and get 6 yards. You'll take that every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised I've only seen the one out route out of Ben today, and we're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter. So, I mean, that's a good job by Cody. One, kind of shutting it down, and a good job by Ben, kind of mixing it up.
Who had the track right open, but Cam Newton will take that right up the middle, and he has all the blocking in the world, getting a 23 and a first down. And I was just going to say, so far, Ben successfully implementing what you said Cody's key to the key to the second half which was he's winning first down. He's been consistently moving the ball, giving himself those 2nd and short, eventually 3rd and short opportunities. And I'm very impressed by this offensive drive by Atlanta here as we have a pause here by the New York Giants.
It's been a big drive for Cam Newton. I mean, not only passing the ball, but he's had 2 big first downs with his legs. And I expect him to continue to do that because that's just a big factor that for some reason I don't see Cody spying a lot. So that's going to be a big factor here if Cody is not willing to spy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Cody spied in the first play of the second half, but then just kind of decided to stop doing it. As we have a toss here, and he has all the blocking. Tries to cut inside. Ooh, I thought he was going to keep his feet there. That is Harrison's first run of the game, and that goes for a gain of 6. And the Falcons find themselves inside the 10-yard line once again.
Yeah, not a big fan of toss plays just because they're hard to develop, but that one, the blocking was impeccable, so great job.
Yeah, very nice blocking there. I think we've seen good blocking by the Falcons wide receivers in general this game. They've done a good job of setting the edge on the outside as we have an inside zone there, and Bradley unable to fight his way for the first down. That will be 3rd and 1 here, 3rd and a long 1 on the 6-yard line.
Don't be surprised to see some sort of power run from Cam Newton, either a read option or just a quarterback call, because he's got freight train. I would probably use it.
Gun-heavy Panther is my favorite.
There it is. Yeah, this is going to be it.
Yeah, as Cam Newton falls forward there, drags a man off him, and that is a touchdown by the Atlanta Falcons. A beautiful, long, sustained drive there by the Falcons as Cam Newton does his Superman celebration. 24-13 Falcons, and Cody's got to figure this thing out quickly, because right now Ben looking like it's pretty easy for him offensively.
And I think Cody just needs to make sure that he doesn't force things, thinking that he has to score, because he's got a good defense. Now, he just needs to spy and then go back when he's on offense, go ahead and, like I said, win first down. That's the key. He's not getting at least 4 yards on first down. He's just not going to be successful in the second half.
100%, yeah, as we see Cody take the field for his first time in second half. It looks like we have an I-form concept. I believe this is the first time he's come in an I-form all game, if I'm remembering correctly. This is the classic Morty play. That gets locked down instantaneously by the left end. That had no chance whatsoever as Peppers goes for a loss of 4 there, 2nd and 14.
And that's all team right there. I mean, that defensive lineman just blew that play up. Nothing that Cody did wrong, nothing that Ben did really well. That was just a dice roll, and it just happened to roll for the Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said scheme over team on offense, but team over scheme on defense, and that kind of shows up there. So we have a new follower there for Cody. A big shout out as he tries to do a back juke, unable to do so, gets decleated for a gain of 11, 3rd and 3.
Michael Gallup finally walking himself to the game here. So, I mean, he's just been somebody who's one of the better receivers in the league, and he's been pretty much shut down so far. So, welcome to the game.
Yeah, we saw Michael Gallup be fairly dominant in Cody's last playoff run, but yeah, so far unable to really get much of anything going here. So we have a 3rd and 3 here. Sam Darnold drops back, goes to the corner route, and he would have had, I mean, I don't like second guesses. These are better than me a lot. He would have had the halfback angle wide open if he just stuck to it, but goes to the angle there, and that is 4th and 3 here, an early stop here by the Falcons defense.
Yeah, and I think he's not being patient like he needs to, because he really just needs to read what the user is, because when he has those opposite crossers, just go opposite where the user goes, and he's kind of making the choice before the user makes the choice. So I'm not sure if he feels like that he needs to get it out faster or what.
Because I'm going to reload once again, because I've had some pretty wild lag here. I don't know if it's on my end or on Cody's end, but...
I haven't had a problem with Cody's stream yet.
Okay. It's just been a little... slow sometimes. All right, here we go. As we see Cam Newton take the run there for a gain of 8, 2nd and 2 here at 31.
You missed a huge hit by 59, and Cody getting pretty upset that he didn't fumble again.
Well, we've seen a lot of those here by Nick Swartzen specifically. Ooh, you might be way ahead of me here. I'm still seeing 2nd and 2 here at 31.
Yeah, I'm going to refresh if you're that far behind.
All right, sounds good. As Cam Newton drops back, and he will go to the in route, nearly intercepted there as Cody with his head in his hands. That is how you spread Corona, my friend. Please don't do that. 3rd and 2 here at the 31.
Yeah, I mean, 34 had that huge interception earlier in the first half and then just missed an opportunity. That could have even been 6, but you need to make that play if you want to get back in this game.
100%, yeah. As for all the world, probably should have had a fumble on first down and then really should have had a pick there on second down. So Ben living on borrowed time here. We'll see if he's able to take advantage here. 3rd and 2 at 31 as Cam Newton does have his X Factor lit up. Drops back, 5-man rush, gets picked up very well. Goes to the drag route. Another big hit, and once again, this Falcons wide receiver is able to hang on to the ball, and Cody is just aghast. Cannot believe his eyes. 1st and 10 at 36.
Yeah, Cody's a little triggered right now for sure. He's been hit sicking like a mother. But he's not able to make those guys fumble, and it's because those guys don't have enforcer. I mean, he's definitely laying the wood, but unless they have that ability, they're usually going to haul the ball, or unless it's like a quarterback that has low carrying, like a Marcus Mariota or like a Kyler Murray.
Yeah. That is actually a point that Cody's raised in the chat before this game, was that with how low we've set our fumble sliders, it really, like, hit sticking at all has become so, like, de-emphasized, and in this league specifically, because, like, you know, unless your guy has enforcer, you're almost definitely not causing that fumble. So that's probably something that we'll try to fix come Madden 21, because there should be, you know, some reward to a well-timed hit stick. But regardless here, 1st 10 of 36 as we have trips to the left. God, my stuff is lagging horribly. End around.
And then, I mean, yeah, I saw that little lag there. But if they're going to do something, I would wish that, you know, if they're not going to up the fumbles, that when somebody hits sticks like that, that there's like, if they had some sort of like morale bar or something like that, or like a momentum bar that like you feel the momentum growing on each side, and it kind of fluctuates between teams and they play better, maybe that's something that could affect that.
Cam Newton drops back, and that is an easy interception for the free safety. This is Adams able to juke one man, and this is a pick 6 for the New York Giants. The first real big defensive play there for Jamal Adams and company, and that is a touchdown for the Giants, and they will go for 2 here to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, Jamal Adams, one of the best defensive backs in the league coming out of LSU. That was an easy pick. It didn't look like he was throwing right to him. I'm not really sure what Ben was seeing there. Great job by Cody kind of taking advantage of the play that was happening. 34 missed interception, pick six. Jamal Adams will not miss it, so great job.
No, sure won't. Yeah, Jamal Adams, one of the most sure-handed defensive backs in the league. LSU often called DBU in real life, and I think that's shown there as the two-point conversion is good, and all of a sudden, we were talking about momentum swings in the first half that went Ben's way. All of a sudden, Cody with an 8-point momentum swing there, and that makes it 24-21 Falcons.
Yeah, great job, Cody, to go ahead and take advantage of the mistakes by this Atlanta team, take the defense back for 6, and then go ahead and get that two-point conversion. Ben kind of letting him back in the game here. Let's see if he's going ahead and turn things around on offense.
Cody, I can only assume talking that shit as we have a 3-point lead here all of a sudden for the Falcons, and they'll need to tighten up as we have a juke inside there. It gets tackled at the 26, and that is where Cam Newton and company will take over. Jamal Adams has his X Factor lit up first and here at 26.
Was that reinforcement? That's kind of worthless, but Jamal Adams still an awesome player. One person that I'm surprised I haven't said his name today is Taven Bryan, because for the most part, he's been a beast for Cody, and today he's been kind of kept in wraps.
As Cam Newton drops back here, 5-man rush, ends up going to the deep in route. Cody tried to go for the hit stick, unable to land it. That is Stephon Diggs. Kind of quiet here so far, but it looks like he has his X Factor lit up. First time here at the 45, and once again, for the third or fourth time today,
It's got to work eventually, right?
Eventually, as Ben goes no huddle, and that is a fumble. We may have another defensive touchdown here as he bounces off 4 Falcons. And that is Haley there with fumble recovery. 2 straight turnovers here for the Falcons, and all of a sudden, Cody is in the driver's seat.
Haley, have yourself a game, man. I mean, this kid had an interception early in the game. He did have that drop pick, but then he just got ahead and picked up that fumble recovery. Haley having himself a great game for the young defensive back.
100%, yeah, as this New York Giants secondary is starting to show up here early as we have a 1st and 10 here as Darnold drops way back. I don't see anything open, really. As he's going to end up going to the, nearly an interception, but Gallup ends up falling down with it, and that is 2nd and inches at the 30. It looked like Ben had that read, but just wasn't quite able to get there in time.
Yeah, it kind of got sucked into an animation to swat as opposed to pick, so I'm not sure if that was a choice by the user, as it definitely looked like it could have ended up being a pick. It might have been a break, but overall, doesn't matter. It's going to be 2nd and inches, so this better be a shot play.
And it looks like you will get what you're asking for here. Is Sam Darnold once again making a litany of adjustments as he motions Durham out to the right here. Play clock about to run down as Sam Darnold hikes it. Once again, only a 3-man rush by this Falcons defense as Darnold takes a shot, and that is intercepted by the Falcons. Another turnover, the 3rd or 4th that we've seen in just this first half alone here by both teams. All of a sudden, these turnovers coming just fast and loose here. 1st and 10 at 20. A big momentum play here by this Falcons defense.
I've been saying all game, on 2nd and inches, 2nd and short, you got to play conservative. You got to run the ball. You can't take shot plays like that. I don't know what he was thinking.
No, of course. Just an awful strategic decision there, and Cody will come to regret that. 1st and 10 at 20 as Cam Newton takes the field. 2 straight turnovers here by the Falcons offense, but Grand Lifeline here. We'll see how that adjusts as Cam Newton gets taken down there by the right end, and that is Zimenez with his 2nd sack of the game, 2nd and 16.
Yeah, great job. That's kind of a coverage sack, really. To go ahead and pick that one up, but Oshane Jimenez definitely made a play there. I look for Ben to look for some sort of out route here. He hasn't used it yet, but I expect him based on what I'm looking at.
Really nice stuff here as we have another 3-man rush, and the right end gets through again, and we have another fumble and another Giants turnover as Cody once again pounds his chest. Zimenez with his 2nd straight big play on defense, 1st and goal at the 4.
You had to think, all these hit sticks were happening, that eventually there's going to be a fumble party. So it's starting to happen now here at the end of the 3rd quarter here. Ben has to hold him to a field goal. He can't let him score a touchdown.
He really does, and all of a sudden, after that beautiful touchdown drive here that the Falcons had to open up the second half, 3 straight turnovers, and we'll see how the Falcons adjust in future drives. But for now, Sam Darnold and company take the field at the 4-yard line, by far their best starting position, as we have a fake end around. I don't like that. I just don't like that play in general. It's so slow developing as Peppers goes for a loss of 1.
Yeah, unless you have a player that is known to get a lot of reverses, like for Saints. Wilkinson gets a lot of reverses, and I know that. So he had a few plays where it was fake reverses to Wilkinson that caught me off guard. Giants don't really do that. Too late developing, too fast of a defense. I'm not a big fan of the play call.
as the third quarter comes to a conclusion. Put your fours up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. A very close game here. A bit sloppily played here, especially by the Falcons in the second half for sure. But regardless, definitely game of the week quality. We love seeing these close games, and that is what we have here in MetLife Stadium. Second and goal here, 10 minutes remaining in the game. Sam Darnold and company at the 5-yard line, and this is a big potential momentum swing here. Sam Darnold drops back, and he will be forced to throw it away. Potential intentional grounding there, although I guess he did have a wide receiver there. Third and goal.
He had a man in the vicinity for sure, and I'm really glad that you didn't see that. But you said put up fours in the chat. I put up fours and pointed it toward my camera, thinking I was streaming. Most certainly I'm not. So I'm kind of glad that there is no camera on right now. Look for some sort of post in the back of the end zone. That seems to be a big winner for a lot of players. So I'd expect to see that, or maybe like an out route or something.
Well, it looks like Brooks is in fact on a post, so we could potentially see that here. Third and goal at the 5. As the post is wide open, and once again, CMS proving prophetic here. Touchdown, Giants. And that'll be 28-24. Broof Review will be upheld. Touchdown, Giants.
I just see that play work too often in the red zone, and I don't understand, because I've tried to figure out a way to stop it. I'll put guys in deep blues. I'll put guys in man, but for some reason, players don't want to play further than like a yard deep in the end zone. So that's been open a lot late in this cycle. So, I mean, good call by Cody. You just kind of look, you got to use that if you're Ben.
Yeah, well, people get so paranoid about the deep curls, on the end zone line, that they just forget to guard, as you said, more than 1 or 2 yards into the end zone. And there, Cody taking advantage, a beautiful touchdown there by the Giants off of short field position. And all of a sudden, for the first time in a while, the Falcons, with the deficit, will take the field after 3 straight turnovers. We will have to see how Ben adjusts here. I'm not really sure, go ahead, sir.
I don't like what Ben's coming out in a 4 wide receiver set right now. You're giving up a lot of pass rush. I would be looking to get back to the run. Yeah, plenty of game left. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, probably doing the same here, but he will not take it. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak because there are so many sacks. Zimenez with yet another momentum play here on defenses. He is pretty much just single-handedly taking control of this game.
And I don't think he's done yet, because honestly, it doesn't seem like Ben's doing anything to slide protection to that side. He's not leaving the running back in, and he continues to look to pass. Coming out now, a 3 wide receiver set. And it looks like he's doing it again. I'm not a big fan of it, unless he leaves the tight end.
And yet again, Zimenez comes through, and Cody is in disbelief, just like we are. 5 sacks on the game, 3rd and 26.
3rd and 26 at this point. I'd be just do a draw, run the ball. Just go ahead and give up on this drive, because nothing good is going to happen on this play.
Yeah, absolutely not, especially if you're not going to double-team Zimenez. I think we know exactly what's going to happen here. 3rd and 26 at the 9-yard line. Just an absolutely dominant performance here. Zimenez almost gets there again, nearly intercepted, and the Giants unable to come through. That was almost the 4th straight turnover for this Falcons offense, but regardless, they'll be forced to punt, and right now, Cody firmly in the driver's seat in this game.
I don't understand why you're not double-teaming somebody that has 5 sacks. It just doesn't make sense. It's not computing right now. Ben is just not playing smart.
Yeah, he really isn't, and I don't for a user of Ben's quality, a user who has won a Super Bowl once, competed for plenty of others. Yeah, it just really doesn't compute, as he said, why he's not double teaming Zimenez every chance he get. But regardless, the Giants will take the field here. 1st and 10 at the 43 as we have a dive play, and that is wide open for Peppers as he will fall forward for a gain of 11 and a first down.
Yeah, definitely good run there. But if I'm Cody, I probably want to try to put my foot on his throat right now. I want to score, and I want to score big. Because right now you have all the momentum. He is down 3 straight turnovers and a punt. So I'd be trying to go big here. He might be doing that as well. It looks like he is going with a deep shot.
That's baffled. That is an instantaneous sack there, and that is Morgan with his first sack of the game there. Just completely left unblocked. Only a 4-man rush, but the left end gets through instantaneously.
Big miss by the tight end there, because the tight end had a responsibility for that edge and just completely whiffed. Didn't even block him at all. So not a bad call, just a bad play by the CPU.
Just a complete lack of heart there as Peppers goes on the inside zone for a gain of 5, and that is 3rd and 14 here at the 49. And Cody will call that play pretty quickly as the Atlanta Falcons cornerbacks press all the way up here, 3rd and 14, as I said, at midfield. Darnold once again making a litany of adjustments, looking like he might exploit that deep post here. Oh, watch that deep post. Watch that deep post. He goes to it, unable to convert it, and that is an interception by the Falcons as Sam Darnold just overshot his receiver by about 5 yards. Keanu Neal with the interception, and Atlanta will take over at the 16.
Big play by the Florida Gator there, but that was more so a play by Sam Darnold that he didn't make. If he throws that out more towards the left-hand side. He's got plenty of room to throw there, but he throws it upfield into Keanu Neal, who's great at playing coverage in this game. So I would say that's more of a play that Sam Darnold messed up than Keanu Neal made.
Yeah, I mean, most safeties can make that catch, and it looks like we have a dive here, and that gets locked down immediately. Swartzen trying to rip that ball out, but Bradley able to hang on to it. 2nd and 13 here. Goes for a loss of 3.
Good job by Cody on that play there to go ahead and stop the run. He's always been good at stopping the run. He's been pretty disciplined. He's looking for that strip now. He smells the blood in the water. He wants this ball back. He wants to score.
He absolutely does, yeah, and as the Falcons, as I mentioned, 4 straight turnovers in a punt. Zimenez almost gets through again as he just lofts it up, and Diggs somehow comes down with the catch, and that is a absolutely beautiful momentum play there. Whether that was deserved or not, you can argue that, but regardless, the Falcons able to come down here with it, and Bradley jukes a man, able to fall forward, gain of 14 and a first down. Once again, another no-huddle play.
I definitely think it was deserved because he went ahead and he clicked on for it.
Yeah, you're probably right, as we have another 1st and 10 here, and it looks like the Falcons, have plenty of time, but they're just going no huddle in general here as Cam Newton drops back, and he will go deep once again, and that is a one-handed interception by Harrison. Yet another turnover by this Falcons offense, and is this too little too late here by Ben's Atlanta Falcons? Another turnover, and the Giants take over at the 4.
And Ben seems to have a tendency, and I've played him myself, he threw multiple interceptions with that same situation. He tries to fit it in between the safety and the corner on that cover, too. Sometimes it works, but most of the time, safety's going to get the hand on it if they're any good.
100%, yeah, especially, Cody did a good job of getting his guy in the right position there as Peppers goes for a gain of 2. We'll charitably say 2 today. Yeah, I don't know why Ben was so aggressive there, going no huddle, multiple times in a row, trying to take a deep shot. He has 5 minutes left. The important thing is scoring it all. And just firing it up into coverage like that, I just don't understand the rationale there by Ben as Peppers trips on a man, ends up falling forward for a gain of 2, and we have a 3rd and 7.
And honestly, this is a big play here for him to go 3 and out in the situation the field position isn't flipped. He needs to get this first down, but I wouldn't be too aggressive to get it. So I'd be fairly safe with it, maybe a screen or something like that, or maybe a crosser like he's been doing all game.
Yeah, nothing wrong with playing a field position game, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be punting from inside your own 10 here. 3rd and 7 at the 7 as we see Slayton go across field, motion to his left. Sam Darnold, once again, hasn't been the most efficient game in the world, but he's gotten it done when he's had to, and this is a 4-man rush here as the blitz gets picked up nicely, and that is another crossing route. First down by the New York Giants. Goes for a gain of 19 and a 1st.
Yeah, great job to get out of the shadow of your own end zone. That's a huge play because now it's going to take more time off the clock, and the field position would be a lot better. So great job by Cody to stay poised in the pocket, hit that crosser.
Yeah, really nice job there. Moved up in the pocket as he had to. The running back did a really nice job of picking up that free rusher, and we have a 1st and 10 here at the 26, just under 4 minutes remaining. Time starting to become an issue here for both teams, really, as Peppers goes for a gain of 1 there, and that's something that Atlanta's going to start having to consider here. Not quite time to take timeouts yet, but as the clock continues to tick, especially if the Giants get another first down, he'll just have to watch the clock as this moves forward.
I mean, I wouldn't hate it if he called a timeout if he stops them here short. Like if it's, no gain.
Yeah.
I would probably call a timeout, but I'm not sure if he'll do it.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely agree with you there. Yeah, I'd probably do the exact same thing. 2nd and 9 here is Cody smartly letting the clock run down here. It looks like we will have his first counterplay of the day as Peppers tries to juke. All right, I shouldn't say juke. He tries to bounce it outside, unable to, gets a gain of 2. And that's 3rd and 7 here. A crucial potential defensive stop here for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, not a huge fan of counterplays, but when they do work, they're big. But most of the time, they're going to go ahead and not be that successful, especially against a fast defense. I'd be careful if I was Cody here. I wouldn't be too tempted to try to force it.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up doing here as we have a 4-man rush here. I cannot think of any real blitzes that Ben sent, but once again, a user, and that is another interception here as Sam Darnold gives it up, and that is Keanu Neal, the ex-Gator, for the 2nd interception of the game, and all of a sudden, with over 2 minutes remaining, Atlanta gets a good field position here with the ball back at the 44.
Yeah, and Cody's got to be kicking himself for that one. I mean, there's 4 Falcons standing there, and then 1 Darius Slayton, who's probably 5'10". I don't like that play at all. I mean, I guess it's basically a shitty punt, but he's got to play some good defense here.
Interestingly, both times we've announced a Cody game, it's been extraordinarily sloppy. Ooh, so we have a big hit there by Swartzen, but you could see up top there beforehand, it combined 9 turnovers by these two teams. It's just been very sloppy on both sides of the ball, and yet, we ask for these close, tight games, and we've gotten one here. 28-24, Falcons trying to drive here, potentially take the lead as we hit the 2-minute warning.
I mean, it's just a toxic games play for two toxic users. So, I mean, that's kind of what you expect to see these two go head-to-head.
The two most toxic users in CFM history, supplanting Jared. It's just, you really hate to see it. I don't even know why we're announcing their game, but regardless, 2nd and 9 here at the 45 as Cam Newton drops back. Once again, I stutter at the worst possible time, and that is an out route, and that goes for a gain of 22. I can't do math. A gain of 18 and a first down.
That's okay. Math's not a big deal. But, we picked this game because that's what the people picked. So, I mean, they want to see toxicity. Clearly, they love it. So, I'm okay with that.
Just asking for it, and Zimenez comes through for the 6th time today. Yet another sack, the clear defensive MVP here for this Giants team. And if they end up winning this game, they have one man to thank for it, and that is Zimenez for the right end.
What are you doing? Double team Jimenez.
Jimenez once again. Oh, free rusher here! And Cam Newton rolls out. That is where that escape artist comes in. Very few other quarterbacks were able to get out of that situation. 3rd and 21 here at the 48. Atlanta lucky to be conserving all 3 timeouts in case they give this ball up, but 3rd and long here for the Atlanta Falcons.
It's 4-down territory, so you want to get a play where you can get some chunk yards back. It doesn't have to get them all. So if you get at least 8-10 yards here, that's a win.
As Newton rolls out, Cody doing a very good job of setting that spy, and that is exactly why you do that. It looked like that was a run all the way, and that only goes for a gain of 2. And Atlanta letting time run down here, kind of interesting. I guess trying to just find the right play here for 4th and 19.
So, I feel like he wasn't patient enough in the pocket. It was starting to collapse a little bit. That's the effect of Jimenez. Obviously, he has a ton of sacks, but now the effect of him, he wasn't even necessarily near him, but he feels it, and he rushed out too early when he probably would have had somebody open.
And why Ben takes a timeout there is beyond me. Just get the play snap, because now if Cody gets the ball back, it's over. I really would have kept all 3 timeouts there, but regardless, maybe just trying to get the best possible play here. 4th and 19 to the 45, and at this point, this is a game. If Ben doesn't convert this, then Cody can just kneel it and take the win here. 4th and 19 as we have trips to the right here. Once again, that is, I believe, Stephon Diggs to the right as Cam Newton points to the sky, just saying thanks to whatever he believes. And Zimenez, once again unblocked, goes up the seams. Ooh, nearly came down with it, but that is incomplete. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Cody's New York Giants, who will come away the victor in this one.
Yeah, I think that's the 3rd straight time or the 2nd straight time that Cody has beaten Ben now. Great win by Cody to go ahead. And I don't necessarily think that he played that much better, but Jimenez just blew the game open for him here in the second half, and Ben just refusing to make the adjustments to make up the difference. And when a player has 6 sacks, I think he might even had 7 sacks, I mean, you got to make some sort of adjustments, but he just refused to do it, kept trying to pass, and he paid the price.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the prettiest offensive performance by Cody whatsoever, but yeah, Ben's second half was one of the worst second halves I've ever seen him had. Not only in terms of the reads he was making, not only in terms of the fumbles he had by his running back, but just completely, as you said, unwilling to make the adjustment to take away Cody's best defensive player, Jimenez, out of the game. And as we see there, just the disgust there on the Falcons head coach. Congratulations to Cody. Big win. He's going to win the division regardless. He's in the worst division in the league, but trying to fight for those seedings, and that is a big one here. A 28-24 victory against Ben's Atlanta Falcons.
I think a loss like this really hurts a player like Ben.
Yeah.
Because the situation he's in, the NFC South, which is the best division in the league, not even an argument. So take a loss like this with a game that he could have potentially won if he had just played a little bit better. But that's going to hurt him in the wild card race, because it's pretty much going to be Saints, and then you have a bunch of other teams, and you're losing games like this. It's going to make it tough.
Yeah, that NFC wildcard race is awfully tough, as you said. Yeah, this definitely will not make it easy. I don't know what the Falcons' exact record is now, but I believe they drop out of playoff contention right now as Jamal Adams gets a skill point. But regardless, as if he needs one. But yeah, excellent job there by Cody. And CMS, before we sign off here, any final thoughts on this game or really the season in general?
Well, I would put Atlanta at 8-4.
Okay.
Which The next team in the wild card race right now is Green Bay at 7-5. So I mean, he's still in a fairly good situation. He still kind of controls his destiny, but definitely doesn't help. Closing thoughts really is just an ugly game offensively. Great job by Jimenez to go ahead and pretty much carry this Giants team. But Cody made some clutch plays when he really needed to. So congratulations to Cody. And I mean, I don't know what you're doing, man. You got to double team Jimenez. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. And guys, if it's second and short, you got to take a shot, but play conservative.
Exactly, yeah. Take a shot, but at the same time, maybe run the ball. I don't know. Do whatever you got to do.
Whatever works. Take credit that I told you to do.
Well, thank you once again, CMAS, for commentating this game along with me. To the viewers, I apologize for the occasional lag we had, but I think it all got itself sorted out there in the third and fourth quarters. And once again, along with CMAS, I am your play-by-play man for the evening, Connor Rice, and peace.